Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. Today, we'll be doing another game review. And the game that we will be reviewing, as you guys have already seen in the thumbnail, is a game called Deep Ones. Now, this game will be reviewed on the Nintendo Switch, so all the gameplay footage that you see is from that system. But it is also available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation Vita. Now, on the Nintendo Switch eStore, this game costs $4.99. Prices may vary other places, but for the sake of this review, at the time that I am reviewing it, it costs $4.99. So not too expensive of a game, and a kind of a unique game. So let's jump into this review. What is this game about? Basically, the Deep Ones tells a story of a diver whose submarine is destroyed, and he must journey through the deep ocean in order to make his way and escape. So this game is kind of a throwback to retro games. I know I do a lot of throwbacks to retro games. This is a true throwback to retro games. You've got a lot of things that I'm going to talk about later that will remind you of retro games. But the basic, as I said, this is the basic premise of this game. You're just a diver, you're going through the ocean, and you're trying to escape and not get eaten alive or dead or whatever you want to call it. So now let's talk about the graphics. Now this is the second game in a row that I've done that the graphics, a lot of people questioned them. For the most part, I like the graphics in this game. They're very colorful, but they're very much a throwback to the retro feel. And some people say that they're rather lazy. I don't think it's lazy. I think it was a stylistic choice to make it basically retro type graphics with the colorful items that are going on. But I do believe that there could have been more done with the graphics. So yes, you want to utilize all those colors and stuff, but you could have made, I don't know, more of a background. You could have made things stand out more. You could have done more with it. You could have maybe shaded certain things in better. Just my personal nitpicky nonsense on it. But the graphics for the most part are very colorful, bright, and vibrant. If you like that, then you're gonna like this game. Soundtrack wise, this is gonna be my first real criticism of this game. I don't like the soundtrack in this game. I'm just being honest, it's just my personal opinion. But it's very much of a retro type soundtrack, and you know, some things are best left in the past. And this is one of those cases. They should have gone with more aquatic theme songs in this game. It didn't have to be singing, but it could have been more aquatic themed 8-bit music. Now, control wise, the controls in this game, this is my second criticism really. The controls in this game are rather clunky. And by that I mean, for a game that asks you to be so precise, for example, jumping from one platform to another or jumping over an enemy, the controls aren't very forgiving. So there's not like a double jump or anything like that. It's just a single jump and then you're dead if you miss. So not very forgiving controls. They don't move very well and they just needed some work. Now let's talk about the actual gameplay itself in this game. Now, really, I've kind of told you guys already what the gameplay of this game is. You go through the ocean, you're a diver, you do eventually get a gun and you can shoot the various enemies in the ocean. But for the most part, the gameplay of this game is jumping and landing. So you're going to want to jump over certain items and get to certain places and stay away from getting hurt from monsters. That's really all there is to the gameplay. Now at times, they will throw different things at you. For example, during one boss fight, they will have you ride a seahorse. That's fine and dandy, but for the most part, the game stays rather level and straight on point. So that's all really I have to say about the gameplay. It is very linear. Now the cons, you've already heard two of them, the soundtrack and the control, but I have a third con to add to this game. That third con is repetitiveness. This game asks you to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Yes, it switches things up now and then. For the most part, you're going to be asked to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. And that's not something that I really relish doing unless it's a stellar game. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now I'm going to give you guys my overall score for Deep Ones. This game is going to get a 4 out of 10 on our Mumbles review. You know, I was really excited when I saw this game. I thought it looked really cool, and I loved the colors that it displayed. But the problem is that they just don't do enough with it. The controls aren't built well enough. The soundtrack is, I would almost consider it annoying. And the gameplay is really repetitive, and when they don't give you great controls, that makes the gameplay almost a chore to play at times. So, $4.99 on the Nintendo Switch eStore. It does have a demo. So, you know, if you want to test this game for yourself, and then you want to come back and say, Mumbles, you're an idiot, this is a 10 out of 10 game, you can do that because this game does have a demo on the Nintendo eStore. So check it out. Even if you're, you know, not sold on it, just go give it a try. It's not going to hurt you. It just takes the time to download it and you're good to go. So anyways, guys, this has been my review of Deep Ones. Let me know your thoughts on it. And yeah, guys, this has been another episode of Mumbles. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, and smack all those buttons. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.